What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. The Dallas Cowboys are in the middle of an offseason that will define their future. After a disappointing 2024 season, this team is searching for answers, starting with a new head coach and possibly a major roster shakeup. One of the biggest questions is the running back position. The ground game struggled last season, and now there's a shocking trade prediction that could bring a top-tier running back to Dallas. We've also got big updates on the Cowboys' head coaching search. Some familiar names are in the mix, and we'll break it all down for you. But before we get started, if you love the Cowboys and want to stay updated with all the latest news, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Now let's get into it. The Cowboys' run game was frustrating in 2024. At times it looked promising, especially in the second half of the season when Rico Dowdle emerged as the lead back. He finished the year with over 1,000 rushing yards, but here's the issue. Dowdle is now a free agent. Dallas has a choice to make, bring him back or look for an upgrade. The problem is, last offseason, the front office completely ignored the running back position. They let Tony Pollard walk, signed an aging Ezekiel Elliott, and hoped for the best. That strategy didn't work, and now they need a real plan. Could that plan involve a blockbuster trade? Maurice Moton from Bleacher Report has thrown out a bold trade prediction. The Cowboys could go after Jacksonville Jaguars RB Travis Etienne. Etienne has been one of the most dynamic backs in the league since entering the NFL. He's explosive. He's a threat in the passing game, and he's still just 25 years old. But here's the interesting part. Etienne is entering the final year of his rookie contract, and the Jaguars might be willing to move on. In 2024, Jacksonville shifted their backfield strategy, giving more touches to Tank Bigsby. That led to a drop in Etienne's production, and with his contract situation up in the air, the Jaguars could decide to trade him instead of letting him walk for nothing next offseason. If the Cowboys want to make this move, they'll have to give up draft capital. That's where things get tricky. Dallas already traded a pick during the season for Jonathan Mingo, a move that left a lot of fans scratching their heads. So would Jerry Jones be willing to sacrifice more picks for a running back? There's also the risk factor. If the Cowboys trade for Etienne and he leaves in free agency next year, they could end up wasting a valuable pick for just one season of production. But on the flip side, if Etienne signs a long-term deal in Dallas, he could completely transform the offense and give Dak Prescott the support he needs in the backfield. Let me know in the comments. Would you trade for Travis Etienne, or should the Cowboys look elsewhere? All right, let's switch gears and talk about the head coaching search. We all know the Cowboys are looking for a new leader, and the rumors have been flying. The biggest name being thrown around, Deion Sanders. But according to reports, Coach Prime isn't a serious candidate. Some sources even say Jerry Jones doesn't believe Deion is ready for an NFL head coaching job. So who's actually in the running? Well, two very familiar names have emerged. One, Kellen Moore. The former Cowboys offensive coordinator is set to interview for the head coaching job. After leaving Dallas last season, Moore spent 2024 with the Philadelphia Eagles, helping their offense reach the playoffs. Even though the Eagles' passing game had its struggles, their run game was one of the best in the league, something that could interest Jerry Jones as he looks for the next head coach. Moore is also interviewing with the Jaguars and Saints, so if the Cowboys want him, they'll have competition. 2. Jason Witten. Now, this one is a bit more surprising. Cowboys legend Jason Witten is reportedly on Jerry Jones's radar for the head coaching job. Witten has zero NFL coaching experience, but Jones has a history of making unconventional hires, so we can't completely rule this out. Witten has been coaching high school football in Texas for the past few years, leading Liberty Christian School to 2 state championships. That's impressive, but is it enough for an NFL head coaching gig? Why the Cowboys need a new RB1? The Cowboys' identity for years was built around an elite running game. We had the days of Emmitt Smith, DeMarco Murray, and Ezekiel Elliott, but last year that wasn't the case. The front office let Tony Pollard walk in free agency, brought back Zeke, and hoped that a combination of Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn would work. The result? One of the worst rushing attacks in the league. It's time for a new strategy. The Cowboys need a game changer at running back, someone who can take pressure off Dak Prescott, keep defenses honest, and help close out games, that's where the 2025 NFL Draft comes in. Here are 7 running backs that Dallas should seriously consider. Ibada 1. Brashard Smith, SMU, the next Tony Pollard. If you miss Tony Pollard, Brashard Smith might be your guy. Just like Pollard, Smith started his career as a wide receiver before transitioning to running back at SMU. That switch paid off big time. He rushed for 1,332 yards and 14 touchdowns in 2024. He's a home run hitter who can take it to the house on any play, plus he's a great receiver out of the backfield, which makes him a perfect fit for Mike McCarthy's offense. If the Cowboys want a dynamic, versatile weapon, Smith could be the answer. 2. Cam Skattebo, Arizona State, the toughest runner in the draft. If you love hard-nosed, physical running backs, then you're going to love Cam Skattebo. This guy is tough as nails. He dominated in the Peach Bowl against Texas, winning the MVP award, even though Arizona State lost. He's a bruising 5'11", 215-pound back who doesn't shy away from contact. In 2024, he put up 1,711 rushing yards, 605 receiving yards, and 24 total touchdowns. Dallas could use a power back to help in short yardage situations, and Skattebo would bring that physical presence to the offense. 3. Quinshon Judkins, Ohio State, the explosive playmaker. After 2 amazing seasons at Ole Miss, Quinshon Judkins transferred to Ohio State and kept making big plays. He's a true playmaker, great at making defenders miss and racking up yards after contact. Some scouts question his top-end speed, but his vision and balance more than make up for it. Another key factor, he split carries in 2024, meaning less wear and tear on his body, always a plus when scouting young running backs. Judkins could be a big-time weapon in Dallas. 4. Dylan Sampson, Tennessee. The SEC star Dylan Sampson took over Tennessee's backfield in 2024 and didn't disappoint, rushing for 1,491 yards and 22 touchdowns. He played against loaded SEC defenses every week and still produced. He has elite vision, quick cuts, and breakaway speed, exactly what the Cowboys need to add to their backfield. If Dallas wants a true 3-down back who can handle a heavy workload, Sampson should be on their radar. Caleb Johnson, Iowa, the workhorse at 225 pounds. Caleb Johnson is a big bruising back who can take over a game when he gets going. In 2024, he racked up 1,925 total yards and 23 touchdowns. But what makes him even more intriguing? He's still fresh. He never had more than 151 carries in a season, meaning he has plenty of tread left on the tires. Johnson could be a powerful addition to the Cowboys' backfield. 6. Omarion Hampton, North Carolina. The most underrated back in the draft. For some reason, Omarion Hampton isn't getting enough attention, but that's going to change. At 220 pounds, Hampton has the size and power to be a workhorse NFL back. He scored 30 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons, proving he knows how to find the end zone. Dallas dominated teams in the past with guys like DeMarco Murray and Ezekiel Elliott. Hampton could be the next great Cowboys power back. 7. Ashton Jeanty, Boise State. The dream pick? The one name that keeps coming up for the Cowboys? Ashton Jeanty. He's a Texas native who played high school football in Frisco, right in the Cowboys' backyard. Jeanty absolutely dominated at Boise State, finishing second in Heisman voting after putting up 2,601 yards and 20 touchdowns. Even better, he's already said he would love to play for Dallas. The only problem? He might not be available when the Cowboys pick at number 12, but if he somehow falls? Jerry Jones better run to the podium. The Cowboys have also scheduled interviews with Leslie Frazier, Seattle Seahawks assistant head coach. Interviewing on January 20th, Robert Saleh, former Jets head coach, interview to be scheduled, Bill Belichick, former Patriots head coach. There was reported interest, but nothing concrete yet. So Cowboys fans, who should be the next head coach? Should they bring back Kellen Moore, give Jason Witten a shot, or go with an experienced candidate like Leslie Frazier or Robert Saleh? One thing is clear, the Cowboys can't afford to mess this up. They need a real plan at running back, whether it's trading for Travis Etienne, bringing back Rico Dowdle, or making a move in free agency. They have to get it right. They, Need the right head coach? Someone who can maximize the talent on this roster and get this team back to the playoffs. Cowboys Nation, I want to hear from you. Would you trade for Travis Etienne, or should the Cowboys look at the draft or free agency instead? Who should be the next head coach? Kellen Moore, Jason Witten, or someone else? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and before you go, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. That's it for today, Cowboys fans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.